So we're changing the anti-roll bar suspension linkage on this Renault Clio 16 valve Extreme Edition. It's an older Clio. Got it, the car jacked up and on obviously an axle stand for safety. We've got the wheel off. So what are we looking at?
Right, if you can come in here, just there you can see it's all split there.
So it's this thing.
It's here, this.
Yeah.
So it's all split. If you come in at the top, you can see where the rubber's all split at the top, and
It's definitely
just on the other side, it's all deteriorated at the bottom. So that would be an MOT failure.
And it goes onto the anti-roll bar here.
Yep. Right. Okay, in the ideal world, you'll need one of those,
So
which is called,
that's a male torque, so what size?
and that's size 40.
14 male torques.
40.
40
male
male
This
torques.
is a new one. Okay, this is what we're replacing, and that fits in the top. Okay.
Okay.
The problem with these is, and then to remove the nut at the bottom, you need a 13mm socket.
13 mil. Okay.
Right, okay. Now, when you've removed the new bit, I'll say this now, yeah, you see a washer there,
Okay.
that goes right at the bottom. Make sure you get it the right way round and you don't turn it the other way. Yeah, I'll show you everything in a minute. Ideally you'll need a torque set at
A torque
14,
wrench.
yeah.
That's set onto. Let's have a look. So it's set onto. So you set it there. Yeah. That's set up.
14.9, but 14 or 15. Ideally if you've got a torque wrench. And you use this at the last minute when you've put the wheels back on the floor, and then you tighten it up.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's to make sure that everything's tightened correctly and there isn't too much movement or not enough movement between the roll bar and the linkage.
Okay.
So that's what that looks like.
So that's what we're replacing today.
Yeah, okay. These were bought off eBay for a pair for £6.75. They range from that to about 10 quid. These look absolutely fine. Okay. So the removal process is to get that in there.
So what we're doing here, we're
In
putting
the
the male torques into the top of it at the moment.
okay.
And that goes on the bottom.
Now, if you're lucky, it'll start coming off. But if you're not,
I think these are the original ones on the car, aren't they?
yeah, we'll try again with it. The trick is to get this torque sort of sitting quite well in the thing.
Need a breaker bar on the bottom of that, won't we?
It's coming undone. Now the other side, I might just cut off with a angle grinder.
Yeah, because it just wouldn't come off.
I've got a feeling this has actually snapped the whole bolt. It hasn't taken that off, it's done that,
Brilliant. So
which is what we want.
It's absolutely shot, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's not a problem. You can see how deteriorated it is.
It's just even the bolts all rusty inside of the bush.
In fact, it's that wedged in. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the next thing to do
Right,
here?
so we've got to get this out of here. Now,
Got to get what the anti-roll bar
I've got
actually
to
off
get
the
this
bottom.
bolt out, the rubber bit's in.
Okay.
That's wedged between these two bits. Yeah? Okay. So I found the easiest way to do that originally is to get my bar
breaker bar.
there, get a bit of wood
Obviously the force from the other side is pushing it
to wedge it
from the other wheel.
in there. And what I need to do is basically get that out there now. I also found, if I used a spanner, and that came off too easy, I just caught my thumb, so Might be a lesson to you. Wear your gloves.
We can't
Just
do
shot
another.
off.
Should we do another? Is it literally just come off?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So the other bit has shot somewhere underneath the car.
Well, it's come off.
Top of it, so it's off.
Yeah.
It's rubber.
Okay.
We'll find that at a later date.
Right.
Sure. So what we left with in the middle, this middle bit,
Which is essentially the same as that.
Which is that.
but old and crappy.
you can see it's just gone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's deteriorated.
Right. So just note these grooves in this. Same in that, they go to the bottom of the anti-roll bar.
Okay.
That goes at the top. And really, it is quite easy. So take your nut off, pull the bottom rubber washer off. Remember, don't put it on that way. Your nut should be touching that.
Okay, at the bottom, okay.
Yeah. That needs to come out. Yeah.
Okay.
And the grooves need to be facing to the floor.
Facing to the floor, okay.
So what I'm going to do, is because I've got some space here, I'll sort of pop that in there. You see there?
Yeah, that's in there now, yeah.
Right. Leave the top
Hang on, I
rubber.
need to get it in shot, so.
There's the bolt.
Okay.
Leave the top rubber washer on.
Okay.
Then pop it in the top. Like that.
It's a bit stiff,
Right.
isn't it? 'Cause it's new.
That sort of is it. Getting it back in.
Right, okay.
So then what we need to do is we need to release that bit of wood and let the whole, just try and just sort of position it's going up.
It should go up.
Okay, use it to push it back up.
Okay.
I've seen loads of videos with people struggling to get these back in. I don't know why. I've seen people boiling them in hot water and all sorts of whatever works, but you know, whatever. Okay, so that needs to go on the bottom.
So obviously, silver washer facing down, and then
Yeah, so there's the silver washer,
so, okay,
and that needs
goes
to
up.
go in the hole.
Okay.
Push it on there, on there. Right. Let's do is just try and knock that in a bit. Mr. Mallet.
It's coming off the bottom a little bit there.
So,
Oh, I see what you mean. The top is.
yeah. The other side, I had no problems at all dropping this in. I didn't need another jack or anything. Basically what you want is enough
To get the nut on.
just to get the nut on. It's as simple as that. So there's a nut, it's a locking nut,
It's got nylon
Yeah.
inside it.
13 mil.
13 mil. Okay.
If we're lucky to get that on, so it's on there, it's bitten, and that's all we want. Now I'm going to do that with an ordinary 13 mil socket to start with.
Okay.
We did the other side, and to get it at torque settings 15 Nm, it's quite a way, 14-15 Nm, so we'll,
Right. Okay.
I didn't need to, on the other side, put the male torque in the top, which again is a size 14.
Oh right, yeah. Because if you tighten it at the bottom, it would move the top. It tightens up a fair bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was quite a bit.
It squashes it down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As it's tightened up.
So you've got to have this tightened up correctly, because if you don't, you're going to have the car and steering wobbling a bit,
Yeah.
a lot of vibration.
Okay.
Right, comes a point because you need 15 on it. Well, you need a longer socket anyway.
Because of basically the thread comes through
it's
the
longer
nut.
than your average, so that's why we've got a longer socket on.
Yeah, on the torque.
This is a torque.
On the torque bar, yeah.
This is set to 15.
15. But we do that after we put the wheel on, don't we?
Yeah. So I'm just showing you how it works. And
Yeah.
you put your torque on it because you won't be able to see it underneath. This is your torque. Put it on and it will click.
Okay. So once it clicks or beeps, depending which one you have, you'll know it's tied up right.
Right, so I know we're not far off from the other side. So I'm going to put the wheel back on now.
Yeah.
Basically, that is that replaced, and what we're talking 10 minutes.
Yeah.
On the other side, it didn't snap there. You just see how old these are. So what I did, I came through with a
Angle grinder.
angle grinder with a metal cutting disc, chopped the nut off. It wasn't worth the aggro messing about really. So we'll put the wheel back on.
Yeah, and then we'll
Torque it up correctly.
and then we'll come back.
Click, and that's it. It's not a big deal. Underneath the car we've got a jack and we've got an axle stand just for safety.
So we'll come back to this. Right, so welcome back. We're just about to torque the nut on the bottom of it. So obviously we've got the wheel coming out.
So the wheel is now on, the car and the wheel are on back on the floor.
Yeah.
If we'd have torqued it up with the wheel off the floor to 15, it'd been really tight, and then to make it even tighter, which you don't want to happen, and too much pressure on it, once the weight of the car's dropped on the floor, it's going to squeeze everything together as well, so you don't want that. Yes, so you have to drop it back on the floor. So we've got a torque. The nut takes 13 mil.
13 mil, but it's a deep.
You need a deep socket.
A deep socket
Yeah.
because of the thread that's come through. So.
And now we're just going to torque this up. In a minute, you'll hear a click, and that means it's torqued up correctly.
I can sort of see it. Should get the click in a few seconds.
Okay. The only problem is it's alright if you drop this back on a ramp, if you're working on a ramp, but when you're
drive doing it, it's really difficult.
it's not the easiest thing to do, if I'm honest. But it's got to be done properly, so
Yeah. Things you have to have the wheel on, don't you?
Yeah.
So how else do you do it? It has to have the weight on it. That's 15, isn't it? 15 Nm meters.
it's going to go in a minute. You can feel it getting really tight. There you go.
So you hear that click. So there we go, that's tightened up to the correct torque. It's
Yeah,
really
so-
important.
And it's the same with most nuts and bolts on your car. Correct torque. So I'd say
So that's the job done, isn't it, really?
so. I've never done one of these before. I was helping my sister-in-law out a little bit. These go all the time apparently. Yeah.
It's an MOT failure, isn't it?
So that would have failed on the MOT, no doubt about that. And you can see it's just that bolt snaps, and at some point that would have gone, so fallen out. So provided you've got a decent jack, axle stands are a must. Put them
Yeah,
under
for
there.
safety,
Yeah,
definitely use
your
axle
safety.
stands.
Don't take risks with that. So if this car comes on, you're in trouble, even though it's a little thing. And really, it's a bolt and a nut. It's not a difficult job.
It is possible to do it.
I don't know what a garage would charge for this. I've seen all sorts of silly quotes, a couple of £100, £6.75 in an hour of your time. I mean, work it out. If you do lots of bits on your car, it might be worth investing in some tools.
Yeah, definitely. But if you do buy a torque wrench,
The two sizes.
make sure you check out what it can do, the range, because this smaller one does everything from real small numbers up to 25, whereas a bigger one will be start at sort of mid-range and go right up.
28 up, yeah.
Yeah, so you need to
And they
maybe
are
get
handy.
a couple.
It stops you wrecking, you know, nuts, components, and so the wear is there. But yeah, that was an easy enough job. Okay, I hope this helps somebody.
Thanks for watching.
Right, done.